Hello and welcome to another episode of the Footy Social. It's been quite a while since we've last recorded, but we thought we'd do our annual pre-season predictions.
Yep.
We joined with our usual suspects, Boyd over here, and then also George. As you can probably see, I don't know if you can, but he's sporting a Middlesbrough top, so he's a neutral, which I think is quite good to have, as he's not biased towards any team.
What could have been?
What could have been.
Yeah,
but instead we have Luton. No Luton fans here. No Luton fans anyway, really. I'm joking. But we're going to start off with our predictions, or we're going to do the table.
Yeah, let's do 5 teams. So, I mean, we did pretty well last year. So we filmed a video doing our reactions to our predictions, and we got 5 out of 20, which considering that's not that bad. Like a 20%,
What was
or
our worst
25%
shout?
being right. Worst shout, I
this
think.
is
Well, was Chelsea. I think it was Chelsea and West Ham. They were both. Well, I think we put West Ham like 7th. They finished 15th. We put us 4th or 3rd, and we finished 12th
Might
at the
have
end.
second.
No, we put us 3rd.
No,
I
it's
think we
Man
had
City,
Liverpool.
Oh yeah.
So anyway, I think we go for 5 teams first. We'll organise them all into a table at the end, which we have to agree on, right?
Yeah.
So that's how this is going to
could be
work.
the hardest bit.
All 4 of us have to agree on this, and then we'll do golden boot and things like that in the middle.
And it's the teams, we shuffle them so they're random, so we're not doing it alphabetical. The first team up is Burnley. Boyd is also not wearing a Burnley top, even though it does look like one. It's Aston Villa, as you probably know if you've watched us before. Anyone want to start us on Burnley, Boyd?
Well, they just signed Sander Berg today, didn't they?
Yeah.
Good signing that.
That is a good sign.
They're about to sign Aaron Ramsey.
Even better.
It is a good signing, but it's not like
a
it is a good signing.
Aaron Ramsey will be alright for him as well.
He won't start.
It's going to be strange
A good
seeing.
signing maybe for the future.
Yeah, it's going to be strange seeing Burnley in the Prem trying to actually play football.
I think they're pretty good at it as well. But
I reckon they'll do well.
They watched a lot more Burnley than we have.
Yeah. Last season they weren't good. Just playing out from the back, they were comfortable with playing that way. But I think in the Prem it's different, isn't it? When teams are pressing you, you've got to switch it up a bit. So it'll be interesting to see how they get on.
But in the last few years, I've noticed that the teams that come out from the Championship playing football do a lot better, like the Brentfords, the Brightons. They've come up in the last few years, and they've
there's
actually.
a little bit of a mix, I'd say.
And
Sheffield United that didn't really play for Brentford. Do they play? They just.
But Sheffield United had the
they
craziest second season syndrome of all time.
And I've always noticed one of the 3 teams always sort of do, well.
Yeah.
And I reckon it will be Burnley.
They're definitely the best equipped to do well.
Yeah, so we just slap them like mid-table for now, and then we'll sort of put everyone around them. So up next, we've got another B.
Oh, it is Brentford. They're consolidating themselves as a proper Premier League team now. 2 good. They haven't even fought relegation, really. I mean, the first season maybe a tiny bit, but not really. And then
they were sort of clear by retirement.
If Ericsson didn't join in January, I still think they'd have gone down.
Yeah, he was a good signing for them in the first season.
I reckon they'll be in the bracket with Burnley in like the sort of 11th to 14th.
Have they signed a striker? Because obviously they haven't got Tony now for 6 months.
I mean, Mbeumo do a job for 6 months.
I guess at the end of the season,
they played that
Mbeumo
5-3-2 as well.
And Mbeumo scored quite a few at the
They've
end.
got that
season,
Shard from Freiburg, who was good in pre-season.
Right.
I know he was there last year, but I think they've officially signed him now.
He didn't actually play much.
And they replaced Rea really well with Flecken. I think he was the best keeper in the Bundesliga last season.
Christ, actually, I watched him in pre-season. That guy can't kick a ball. They try playing out from the back. That's probably.
We'll see how he goes. I haven't watched him play, but I've heard good things.
I think Brentford are always going to be safe with how they play. And
they're definitely not. Anyway.
I mean, even Ivan Toney for 6 months, that guarantees you 8 to 10 goals.
Yeah, I think also as long as they've got Thomas Frank, they'll be all right. I don't know how. I would have thought he'd have been pinched by now, but
I feel like if Tottenham still had Conte or something, I'd be worried about like them sacking Conte and trying to bring Thomas Frank in. But they're not going to get rid of that.
They've done well to keep the manager. Yeah,
everyone now seems to be all the bigger clubs. Like I don't all have apart from us actually, I'd say we are bigger than Brentford. All have decent managers. Supposedly, we don't know how the season will go. Villa could absolutely flop and Emre would be sacked by Christmas.
Silly.
It could happen. It probably won't. But he looks pretty safe as the Brentford manager for at least another season.
Yeah.
I'd put them just above Burnley.
Around the Burnley. Yeah. I mean, and next we've got another new boy.
Oh, interesting.
In Luton. Now, I mean,
split opinions in it this
week.
I mean, again, our Championship resident, you've watched them a lot more than we have.
George doesn't like them, by the way.
Nah, I've got nothing against them.
Jealous.
I'm pretty jealous. They went up, we didn't, so it's one of them. But I think football-wise, they are very direct. But it worked for them.
Yeah.
It did work for them. Yeah, they can't. They're not a team that plays out from the back like Burnley. They're the complete opposite, really. Their signings, I think some have been decent.
They're building a championship super team.
Yeah, they're basically building a championship super team, aren't they?
I think they're well equipped to, if they do go down, to come back up.
Well,
because none of their players I see will probably leave if they go down.
Yeah. And they're not going to be on crazy wages either.
No, they've got a wage structure. They're not going to break it for
They're a
anyone.
really well run club, which is why I think they might stay up.
I reckon they're going to be at the bottom of this group.
I don't think they'll go down personally.
No, I don't think they'll go down either. I reckon they'll be 14th.
I think it's going to be...
They'll be down there, but
my first instinct is going to be like close to how Nottingham Forest did it last year, where it looked like they were going to go down. Then the last 2 games, they've got like a couple
or
wins.
like the last 2 months, they'll just win like 3 out of 4.
I was
I don't
going to
think it was
compare
last
it
2
to when
months,
Huddersfield
Forest.
came up.
Similar
Maybe
to
start
that,
well because they've got a bounce, dip off, and then just get over the line.
Yeah.
Also, like Brentford, their first season then.
Bit worse than that maybe, but
Yeah,
I think they will just survive.
I like their striker
But we'll
Adebayo as well. He looked in the playoff. He was
Norwich
causing.
He can't play football.
I know, but he
He
was
can't
causing
play football.
carnage. I just think a striker like that, that Prem defenders aren't used to playing strikers like that anymore.
Do you know what I also reckon?
Yeah.
That Prem defences aren't going to like the fact that they've got 2 big men up front.
He's a big lad, like Morris.
Carlton Morris is a
I think they've just got to, like...
And if Ross Barkley can actually keep his hamstrings able, then if he's just behind them 2, that might not actually be too bad.
Yeah.
The thing is, it's going to be very easy to work them out after a while. It's going to be a shock to the system, but once it gets to like October, November, teams are gonna have plans on how to defend it.
Yeah,
then it's a case of are they going to be able to switch up? Are they going to bring in any super subs or anything? But which at the moment I don't see them having like crazy. We can actually just like Nottingham Forest last year. Just they were rubbish, right? So they just brought that Danilo in January and just played him, and he was like their difference maker, wasn't he? I can't see Luton having it.
I think I'm actually going to go as far as to say I think Luton's story is the like not maybe best is not the words used, but like the
out there with Villas.
I think it's up there with
It's
Leicester winning the league.
Yeah, it's one of the most
Going
impressive
from
feats.
the conference to the Premier League without any sort of cash injection. I know, like they have a bit of money at the moment, but they've done so well at like running that club, and I think that's the way to get out of the Championship. You just got to be so well run. Look at the likes of Luton, Brighton, Brentford, Bournemouth.
Yeah, you basically just have to hang around the top for about 3 or 4 years.
None of them are really Burnley. I could add to that at the moment. None of them are Premier League sides, you'd say, but they're all punching above their weight because they're so well run. And then you've got big teams like I don't know Leeds, which have gone down, but Sheffield Wednesday and other teams like that are rotting down in League One and the Championship. I wouldn't say Leeds are rotting, but yeah. That on Luton, anything more to say?
I reckon I'll stay out.
And we've got the first team that want our support. We've got Chelsea. Now, last season was probably the worst season since Roman Abramovich took over.
Yeah. I still don't know what happened really. I think we basically players just gave up, which isn't ideal. Which is probably why we sold. I mean, we're literally the weirdest team in the league this year because we only have about 2 players who are going to start. That started last season. Reece James and
similar to us, it was where we're going.
I mean, hopefully Kepa will be gone by the time this video gets uploaded.
Have you signed Sanchez now?
We signed Sanchez, yeah. I mean, I don't even like Sanchez, but he's not Kepa, so I'm ready to. I'm ready to back him because he's not Kepa.
But when you said about players not trying, I also don't think it helped. You had about 55 players signed on.
Yeah.
Obviously, you're keeping them happy.
We've trimmed the squad
you've done well
a
at
lot.
trimming it down.
Yeah. The thing is, we trimmed it a lot. We still brought a lot of players in, but all these new players we brought in are like 18, 19, so they're probably going to go out on loan or be happy just playing youth team football for a while.
Also, with Robert Sanchez, I don't like that signing. If I'm a Chelsea fan, I don't like that.
I mean, they paid Steele ahead of it. Maybe
He's probably the one keeper which I think is a downgrade on Kepa.
I just think it's weird that when you've got the worst goalkeeper in the league, signing a backup goalie to try and compete with him is the weirdest decision you could probably do. Just sign a first team keeper. Like, I'd much rather have spent like 70 mil on Mainan from AC Milan or something, or even thrown silly money at Emi Martinez.
17 on Mainan.
70.
Oh, okay.
If you throw like 80 million at Aston Villa for Emi Martinez, at least test their resolve or something. But yeah,
Well, yeah, I think if you threw enough
it's
money
weird.
at him, I mean, Martinez is a certain age that Villa probably would have snapped up money.
He's still got 4 years left.
I know, but how old is he
Yeah.
at 31?
30.
but for keepers it's different. Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I like all the other signings we've made, and I think obviously in Nkunku, the fact that he's out for like 4 months isn't great.
18 weeks or something.
Yeah, but I like all the other signings we've made this summer. I've got no issues with.
Nicholas
them.
Jackson looks decent.
Jackson looks like a lot of fun if he starts
Never
off the
seen him
season
play.
well.
But you haven't got a holding mid.
No, I mean basically our season entirely hangs on
Caicedo, yeah.
because we can't play Enzo as a holding mid because it's just a
'Cause
waste.
then it
of
loses
it's
his
just a waste of his
eight,
talents.
yeah.
And Gallagher is not. a
Yeah, I was
holding
about to mention Gallagher. I'm probably his least biggest fan.
To be
Yeah.
fair,
I think he's a really bang average footballer.
mid. Yeah, he is. He shouldn't be starting for a team like Chelsea.
to be fair, Sunday could be fun. No DMs, just vibes in the middle.
I don't know. 12th is sort of his sort of.
Gallagher. Yeah, I know. Well, that's why he started every week. We finished.
Yeah.
Gallagher's not it, is he?
I don't know. I mean, if it all goes well, we could finish 5th or 6th and sort of have like a respectable season. If it just is too much because we got a young squad now, if it's too much,
Very
and
young and inexperienced.
I don't know if the fans start getting Pochettino's back because he's ex Tottenham, which I don't think is going to happen with the way we've built the squad now. I think maybe I'd stick us like 7th or 6th or 7th at this point. I don't think
Obviously, yeah, you're.
I think
Pochettino's a much better
Burnley
manager
and
than Potter.
Brentford.
Yeah.
I quite like Chelsea's business this summer, how they trimmed the squad down, got a young players in.
Yeah.
I just don't see anything happening this season.
No.
They've sort of built for a few seasons' time.
I'd be happy with conference or Europa this year, 100%.
Yeah, and with Pochettino, I like the appointment actually. Again, he will probably get the best out of the young players, and I think you have a better season, but I just don't quite seeing that there's no one there who's gonna. I don't think you'll get top 4, but we'll see.
You also got to remember it's top 8 for Europe this year.
Yeah.
Is it 8? Yeah, I don't know how exactly it works.
5 for Champions League and 6
And
for
then
7.
9 and we.
But even
Europa
then,
League as well,
I know that there's 4 or 5 teams above us who are going to be better than they were last season. So it's a case of we're not going to overtake them.
You can't get any worse, can you? So,
Exactly. You'd hope
they
so.
can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
so that's Chelsea done.
Do the
Next
last
team is
last team for this
Brighton.
Now they're going to be an interesting team as well because this is the first time they're going to have to deal with European football, rotating the squad, which is like another team we're going to talk about a bit later. But yeah, I mean, I don't know whether they've got a deep enough, like the fact that their striker, what's their striker position at the moment? It's
João Pedro and even Ferguson.
the striker's probably done. They've got Undav, Ferguson.
No,
that's
Undav's
on
gone
loan.
on loan.
Has he gone on loan?
He left.
Yeah.
Where's he gone?
Stuttgart.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I was
That's
shocked when I saw that.
Yeah, my
I thought-
shocking gem from last season. Never mind.
They've got Welbeck and Ferguson though.
Yeah.
Welbeck, Ferguson,
Danny
and
Welbeck
João
don't count.
Pedro. Okay.
He's injured for about 9
So if
months
they
this
sell
season.
Caicedo, I mean, they'll probably bring up some random 18-year-old Paraguayan.
Well, you seen that guy that was banging goals in
Ardinger.
pre-season?
Ardinger, the one from
Yeah.
Is
USG.
Right,
Yeah.
okay.
He scored
Great.
like 20 goals, 20 assists in the Belgian league last season.
Brilliant.
I
Yeah,
mean, the
they'll
thing
hustle
is,
it
though,
out.
obviously they're in Europe, so, I mean, when we get onto us, we've obviously bought players. they haven't really bought a squad,
No.
if you think about it. And then,
Brighton are a well-run club. I reckon they've perfectly planned. Even if we don't think they have, they'll perfectly plan for how their season will go. Unlike how we would, or even Villa.
De Zerbi's fantastic.
De Zerbi is fantastic.
What a manager.
Yeah.
We always thought that it was Potter that was a genius, but it was really just how well run Brighton were and
Yeah.
are.
And
De
Zerbi's
Zerbi's gone in and
taken
done
to
even
different
better.
level.
well, but I mean, De Zerbi said after the summer series that even he and his players aren't ready for the season. They're not ready for
You
Thursday.
say whatever you say.
Yeah.
This
It
is
could
like
all be
Mourinho-
all mind games.
Yeah, Mourinho used to be doing it for 20 years.
You say that just because you want your owner to get his wallet out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No.
but surely he's gone to Brighton knowing that that's not the way they run things.
Well, they've spent quite a bit. They spent 30 million on João Pedro. I know it's not
And then
loads,
they got James Milner on a free.
I think that's quite a good signing. I don't know if he's going to become a coach or whatever, but he's probably for the dressing room that'd be
And
good.
who did they get from Dortmund?
Dahoud.
Dahoud's on a free.
He's
Yeah,
in injury prone.
I
He's going
wasn't
to get
reassuring
injured.
him, but
Nah, he's
he'll
too
probably
injury
turn
prone.
out to be unreal.
Yeah.
I'll probably
So I'd
put
stick him
these-
above Brentford.
I'll stick him above Brentford, below Chelsea.
Yeah,
think
yeah.
in
I
that
I
agree.
think they'll be very similar to where you finished, to be
Yeah.
fair, to where Chelsea are.
If we're 6th, they're 7th. If we're 7th, they're probably 8th.
Maybe you
Something like
finish above them because you haven't got any Europe.
that.
Yeah.
That's probably what it is, yeah.
Right. So
So-
now we move on to
Let's do golden
boot. But
so are we going to do
we're
this
not
without
doing.
Haaland?
Yeah, we're doing it without Haaland because otherwise we're all going to say Haaland. And
You've seen bookies are doing that now. Boy, was just telling me in the car.
Yeah, I'll
without
stuck a bet on.
Haaland.
You can do a golden
second
boot.
place in the golden boot.
Golden boot without Haaland.
Right.
It literally says without Haaland.
So let's go from this way along. So I already know what he's saying.
Ollie Watkins.
There you go.
Done. 20,
Why though?
23 goals.
I like Ollie Watkins. I think he's a
Yeah.
very good striker, but
So-
he's not golden. He's not second place.
He is under Emery. Under Gerrard, he's run down the channels and getting more assists and goals.
I think he might score 20 goals, but I think
He
someone else scoring
will
more.
score 24. I reckon he'll score 26. 26.
26 is a big jump.
If he
26.
signs
It's a
20, if he
big
scores
jump.
26 goals, he won't be at Villa next season.
He will, because he'll be in the Champions
If
League.
he scores 26, he probably won't be a Villa in January. He'll probably be signed then.
That's a good one, Boyd.
We'll be in the,
Oh.
yeah. He's in the Forest in Champions League.
I'm going to put in brackets 26 there.
26.
Just to
Yeah, you got
really...
you got to say how many goals that person.
Okay, I have to say.
See the
I haven't really
closest.
thought about this, so I'm just going to do it off the top of my head. The easy. I don't. Obviously, no one knows if Kane's going to.
Oh yeah, I'm also saying Kane won't be in the Premier League as well. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
That's also that's what I've also bet on.
Okay,
I'm going to go
He'll be third.
for another straight one. Really, I'm just going to go Mohamed Salah. Because even in that, they weren't dreadful, but
He still scored like
underwhelming
23 goals
Liverpool
or something last
team.
year.
He still scored loads of
Not
goals,
quite
and if
26.
they're just a step above, he's going to score even more and assist even more. So yeah, I'm going to Salah. I'm going to say 21.
21.
Ollie Watkins and more. Get in.
I'm not going to fall into the golden boot, to the World Cup golden boot where I said Nunes, which is one of the worst shouts. He didn't score a single
make it out of
goal.
the groups?
They did make it out of the groups, and he didn't score a goal. I don't know. I mean, I don't want to go for Salah because you've already gone for him. I mean, if Kane goes, and you think Human Son will have to step up, but I might go for someone like Rashford. I mean, he's had he had a great season last year, and he's actually got. But I mean,
I can't see him.
I don't see Rashford's going to score. He's not going to score 26. I'm saying he
What
could
about
score.
Højlund,
I think it might be a low-scoring league, and Rashford gets.
You
20?
can't see Højlund without ever seeing him play.
No, he's definitely not. He's definitely not going to win.
He'll get 9
But he's got a
goals
real
season.
striker about. I'm going to say Rashford, and he gets 20. I think it might be a low-scoring league or something.
I'll take it. That's without Kane.
No, I think even. I don't know.
For me, it's without.
Because
Kane.
yeah, that's got to be about Kane. Because I don't see if Kane's in the Prem, he scores more than 20
Yeah,
easily.
that is true.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe his head's not in it. Just like there's some
Rashford,
different.
yeah, Rashford and Salah are good shouts because their goal output for wingers is very good. Isn't it?
Definitely, yeah.
But I actually think Kane's going to stay. I can't see him leaving. I think obviously
He would have gone by
being
now if
boring,
he was
ain't I?
gone.
Yeah. Being
I
boring,
think
but
this new bit they put in today. I reckon this will be the one.
I think.
All right.
Do you really think he'll go when he
Yeah.
can break the record?
Well, no, because he'll just come back like a year to go. He'll go somewhere.
How far off is he? Like
He's
50?
like 60.
Oh, was he?
That is
Yeah,
quite a lot to
Jesus.
come back. Like
He's
a
only
year
just
to
got
go.
200.
That's like 2.5.
But then
Yeah.
honestly
Yeah.
though, you look at it though. You think what a record or Champions League trophies, league titles. You know,
He's doing it at Bundesliga. League title in Bayern Munich is worthless.
yeah, but and the Champions
It's
League.
worthless.
That-
But I don't
that-
think they're winning the Champions League anytime soon.
No, they won't.
Bayern Munich aren't winning the Champions
You
League.
don't think,
anytime
but if
soon.
they get a number 9, that could be the missing piece for them to get a Champions
I still don't think.
You're
They were so awful in the thing. Huh?
going to do?
Nah, we'll do that in a different video.
Okay.
I still think it's the most boring transfer in the world if Kane goes to Bayern Munich. He's winning worthless trophies in the league and he's not going to touch the Champions League. It's
Yeah, he'll
pointless.
have a fun time and enjoy it, but it's not
Yeah.
going to be like a bit meh.
So you're going to go for Kane then anyway?
Yeah, I think he'll stay for one more season.
How many are you gonna go
for? 27.
Yeah, I reckon.
Or just beats Ollie
Around
Watkins.
Right. And then speaking of goal scorers, Fulham have lost theirs, haven't they?
Well, not yet.
it not
He
official yet?
played the other day. He
I
come
think
on.
they,
Mitrovic.
Yeah.
Al Hilal, whoever they were, whichever team it is from Saudi Arabia, aren't willing to match Fulham's
Yeah.
price tag. So I think he might stay. But obviously, there's still 2-3 weeks in the window left.
Tell you what, Jimenez and Mitrovic as a 4-4-2.
That is
Oh,
awful.
Marco Silva won't be playing that.
Jimenez may be the worst signing of the season, I think.
Well, ever since
I
had
I mean, I
that
feel
injury.
bad for him, but I just think it was time for him to go to the MLS or something.
He hasn't been the same since that injury.
He's
has he?
not a Premier League player. I think that's a poor
It's
signing.
quite sad how it's
How
like
much they
that,
bet
but-
by? 5
He's only like
million?
4-5
Yeah, I mean, I would take the risk maybe
Yeah.
if you.
It's whatever, innit?
It reminds me of like a deadline day signing when you're just in a rush and you think,
Yeah.
like a
Right,
Just
so
to,
I mean,
just
there's
to throw
4
his weight
million.
around, that's it.
let's
yeah.
just do it. I
Just
wouldn't
need
have
someone.
seen
get
it
him
as
off the
such an
books
early
and
buy.
someone, yeah.
But
I think they may have a fall off this season because I think I know that Scott's going to think I just hate Fulham, but I did think they did exceptionally well last year to finish where they finished. I don't think when they finished 10th, I don't think they would have 10th best team in the league. No. By the time it come to the end of it, they had a great start to the season, but I think they were
they dropped off second half of the season. I remember they beat Chelsea at home, and then I think they might have been like 8th for that when they beat you.
Yeah, and then it sort of
dropped off a bit, but the bottom 8 was so far down that they.
I think they're definitely going to go finish like 13th.
Who have they signed this season apart from Jimenez?
Is Willian left them?
Yeah,
I think Willian's re-signed for him.
Yeah, but didn't he? Hasn't he left them? Yeah,
he's staying.
He
left as a free agent, but then I think
he's going to leave. Like they're going to sell him for money.
12 million.
Yeah. Right. Okay.
They signed Raul Jimenez.
I can't think of much else they've done.
They have done some.
I can't remember who it is. Some centre back from.
Oh, Calvin Bassey from
that's it. That's good. Yeah.
I mean, he got his name from Rangers, didn't he? And went to Ajax and didn't play.
Didn't do anything.
He didn't do
anything.
I
think it's an alright sign.
Didn't they signed someone else?
I think
they signed someone else.
Yeah, I think I put them below Brentford but above Burnley at this point.
I'd say below Burnley.
I'd say below Burnley. I think they're going to drop off.
Yeah, okay.
But they're not going to.
No, they won't be in a relegation battle.
No, definitely. It'll be like 13th, 14th.
At the minute, I want to go like that and leave a little gap there.
Yeah.
Right, and next, interesting one. I think everyone had, along with Fulham, we had these to go down last year.
Did you see what they just did? I don't know if you saw that. They hijacked Max Aarons and they signed Max Aarons.
Yeah, from Leeds. Yeah,
I don't think that's a great signing. He's been in the Prem for like 2 years, and
he's still 22.
He's been in the.
He's had 2 seasons. I think
that's a good signing for a team like Bournemouth.
I'm going to go out on the line and say Bournemouth are going to go down.
I don't think so.
I think last year, I know I hate like XG and all that, but they were easily the worst team in the league. They got like
but they changed their manager.
More points.
Their best player was injured for a long time.
Yeah.
Who's that?
Tavernier.
He was injured.
He was injured for a lot of their.
And they've also signed.
Have you seen their signings as well?
They made some good signings.
I still think they're.
I like him.
And
their manager apparently, I've not seen anything about him. It's that old Athletic Bilbao player. Areola, apparently.
The Rayo Vallecano. He's done great.
Decent.
That doesn't always translate.
I don't think they'll be in a relegation battle.
I think they're going to go down.
I think 16th, 17th.
I think in between Fulham and Luton.
Above Luton, I think just.
Yeah.
I think they'll be alright.
Who they signed? They signed a striker, didn't they?
They've signed that Kirkes from AZ.
Yeah.
Max Aarons. They've signed. There's loads of different players.
Yeah, they signed like 3 or 4. Like,
they might be signing like. Oh no, wait, is that Gonzalez from Fiorentina going to him or Brentford?
Bournemouth,
one of them.
But
Bournemouth,
it's
maybe.
not been announced yet.
They've done well this window, I think.
I still think they get. I think that's the first time I'm disagreeing with anyone here. I think they're still going to go down.
I think there's 3 teams that are just a lot worse.
Yeah,
than,
there's definitely.
There's 3 teams, and I know hands down who they are that are going down.
Right. Let's get this one out of the way then. Next.
So next is my team, West Ham. Last season was probably a mixed season. In the league we weren't very good, but we won our first trophy in 43 years. And I've seen my club win a trophy, which I never thought I would. I've seen my team win more trophies than points seen this team win.
Until the end of the season.
Until the end of the season, potentially. You've got to win it now. And yeah, I mean, I think it's got to be the most sort of disappointing
trophy winning season.
We won a trophy and we've done nothing. Very, very recently, it has got a little bit more positive with the signings of Edson Alvarez, who I think is a decent signing.
Mm-hmm.
James Ward-Prowse and Harry Maguire, 2 good signings, footballing wise. Financially, then we're not going to recoup much money on them. But footballing wise, they're going to be good for us next season.
Yeah, definitely.
And about a week ago, I was convinced. I was like, we're getting relegated. I was just convinced. But that was my heart saying we're going down. My head is more sensible. I think we'll stay up.
I think you're coming 18th.
With Ward-Prowse and Maguire, I think you're fine.
I don't think we're going down.
They're not getting relegated.
I think they're getting relegated.
They're not.
Yeah, they're going down.
Last week, I was with you. I was like, they might be down there, but now
we will be down there. I think.
I think.
Especially with Moyes.
Yeah.
But then I think we could also be up there.
No.
It is so. Whatever happens, if it clicks, if Moyes gets it right, because we're going to go back to how we played in that COVID season where Souček was like prime Fellaini.
But Souček was literally being like puppeted around by Declan Rice.
And I hope Souček leaves. Souček was actually better without Declan Rice playing, by the way.
Still going down.
And I think we're going to set out to play like that, and if we do, that's the season we finish 6th.
Yeah, you can't go off the COVID season. Matt Target got our player of the year. That COVID
I'm not saying we're going to finish that high.
I think you're finishing above Bournemouth.
But I'm saying it could. I'm saying
18th. 18th.
We're not going.
No one's agreeing with you.
I think there's a lot of pressure on Moyes for a team that's just won a trophy. I think it's a bit strange.
Oh yeah, Moyes is under a lot of pressure.
Yeah, but
rotating with European football again.
We've got Europa League as well. We're in a better competition than even you are. And apparently you were the best team in the league last year, but we're not going down. And I think
I reckon
you're above Bournemouth.
Something like that.
I reckon 18th.
We could go down, but I just don't. My heart says
it was something would have to go very wrong.
My heart says we will go down because I'm just a bit. But my head.
You still got players like Bowen.
And Paqueta's not totally gone yet. I know City are very interested, but that might not happen. And
Ward-Prowse will get you a lot of.
Well, I think a midfield
free kicks, won't he?
Oh yeah, I mean, Villa away, we've already won the game because we'll sit back for 90 minutes. Ward-Prowse will whip it in.
He won't even whip it in. He'll just twat it in the corner 25 yards.
Yeah, or Slabhead will just knock it in and we'll win 1-0 again. But I think our midfield three is better than Villa's.
Go on, what's comparing here?
No.
Alvarez, Paqueta, Ward-Prowse versus
Kamara, McGinn, Douglas Luiz.
Give me a free.
Yeah, them three.
Yeah, midfield three.
Yes.
I think Villa's is better.
Villa's is much better.
I don't actually like Ward-Prowse.
On paper, West Ham's
I think on paper ours is better.
I think it plays better.
I don't like Ward-Prowse at all.
And it's also
Boyd. Sorry. To interrupt, but you had that midfield three last season, and it was dreadful. The only reason it's playing well is because you've got a good manager. It was. You're in a relegation battle,
right?
The only reason it started playing well is because the manager. If we got an Unai Emery sort of type level manager,
he wouldn't go to you because your footballing philosophy is awful. It's just long.
What does that even mean?
Your midfield three won't touch the ball. It's going to bypass the midfield.
Yeah, because of Moyes.
So,
but I'm saying if we got rid of Moyes and got someone like
we've always
Unai Emery in, I reckon he'd do a better job with that midfield three.
We've always had good footballing players, but it's just the manager made our players look rubbish. The good manager comes in and our players can actually play ball and really good.
All right, give us a good manager then.
Every style of play is literally to park the bus and counter. It's one of the best in the world at it. He's easily it's like respectable. Like Villarreal, his Villarreal team was the toughest team in Europe to play.
He played Etienne Capoue right midfield and he won the Europa League.
Exactly. Holding mid right midfield. Exactly.
John McGinn plays right midfield.
Yeah, I like Villa's midfield three, but I think they're good because of Emery.
And
on
also,
paper,
all I'm saying, you said two midfielders that they've never played a game for West Ham. And one of them hasn't officially signed yet.
Yeah, so I don't know how their players are free, but I'm going on individually on paper.
One of them come bottom of the Premier League last year.
And it was nothing to do with him.
Edson Alvarez is also hated by Ajax.
No, he's not.
Yeah, he is.
No, he's not.
Yeah, he's not.
He's not.
He's not very liked.
I think
I also think that West Ham are going down, and that midfield three is awful.
Worse at the three.
Alvarez, I've never watched in my life, so I can't really comment.
Alvarez is fine, isn't he?
He's also a centre back, naturally.
No,
he's a holding midfielder.
Been holding midfielder for years. Let's move on, or else we're never going to stop talking about. We got
probably debate that again later. Yeah. But so next we've got a team in turmoil, Wolves.
So I mean, around like April, May time, I was thinking, hot take, Wolves. I don't know. I don't like Wolves' form at the moment. They're rubbish. And then they sold Neves, and then they sold Coutinho, and then they sold Jimenez, and then they sacked their manager, and then they haven't released a Dharma, and then they haven't signed, and then they hired Gary O'Neill, and it's like, okay,
they're going down, isn't it?
It's not a hot take anymore.
The thing is though, they're not guaranteed rock bottom because that's one club that's guaranteed that already.
Yeah,
but they are coming second bottom.
Second or third bottom.
Second bottom.
Yeah. I mean, we could just put them straight in the relegation zone. I think we're all in
second bottom.
I hope we're right on that one.
Which is a shame because I mean, a few years ago they were quite impressive.
I'm loving it. I love it.
They spent too much. Basically, what happened was they went in the championship. They overspent. And they had to get promoted, which they did. Yeah. But eventually it's got to come with them, which means they can't spend any money. I watched why Lopetegui's gone.
I watched a TikTok the other day about how some Wolves fans basically complain about FFP, but the reason that they're financially so bad is because the money they spent the year before they went up on Jimenez and all that, they didn't actually they didn't recuperate anything because they're they only had 12,000 fans and that.
I mean, spending 40 million on Fabio Silva and 40 million on Guedes.
God,
that's where it's gone, isn't it? That's where the money's gone.
That's 18 million for them.
Yeah, that is.
So that doesn't help.
That is quite bad.
So anyway, Wolves are relegated. So we've got last team, and then we'll do a player of the season.
Right, next team is a team I think will also face a drop, and it's Nottingham Forest.
Yeah.
I think they'll do their
down
second
there.
season.
Yeah.
syndrome.
All right.
Second season syndrome. It's just too. It was too messy last season. They just got away with it. It's still quite messy this season.
I reckon just below Luton, but they will stay up.
Below Luton and
Yeah.
staying up. I
Yeah.
think it's one,
Well, no,
it's
but that's
one of the other, I
that's
think.
because the table I've got set on is West Ham being relegated.
Oh, okay, you got West
That's
Ham.
why.
Right,
So I've got Forest either 17th or 16th in mine.
I've got them either 18th or 17th.
Yeah,
I think
I'd
they're
think
they're
Luton.
just
I
go
don't know.
down. Yeah, I think they're better than Wolves and Sheffield United, but I just see
Obviously,
a lot of their signings didn't really work out, and they just got over the line. And
the
they are
thing is,
again
I
facing
don't
FFP
think
problems.
I don't think they just got over the line. I think like the last couple of months they were like one year was banging in goals like a.
Yeah, true. They were good.
They were playing
but-
well.
Yeah, they did just get over the line.
They don't really have a style of play either. I feel like their defence.
they literally they don't have a set
defensive.
team. They literally just pick a bunch of random players because they've got so many.
They were literally what I was looking at is they were a worse version of Chelsea last
Have they
year.
got a goalkeeper yet as well?
Yeah, they signed
Turner?
Matt Turner
Matt Turner.
today.
Right, so they get
That's
relegated
asking
then.
for relegation.
So they get relegated.
I mean, we can agree above Wolves, but where for now?
Yeah,
Down
they get
there,
relegated.
Right.
Right, let's do player this season, shall we?
Is this without Haaland or?
Are you doing oh yeah. Well, we haven't got there yet, but as a sneak peek for later, I think Man City will win the league.
Well, yeah.
And my player of the season, without Haaland, I think, because it probably will be a
Because I mean, he's going to score like
Yeah.
35
he scores
goals.
35
and- yeah.
goals.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go my player of the season, and I think he deserves something like this. I'm going to go Rodri.
Rodri, okay.
I
He's a
think
quality player.
I think
Like,
he's
he's great,
one
yeah.
of City's most important players.
It's hard for a holding mid to actually win.
I know.
I did quite like.
Van
But
Dijk
I think they'll Haaland, but I think
Yeah.
Rodri will be the next.
So, yeah, this is-
Taking away the fact that I didn't like Man City winning the Champions League, I like the fact that it was Rodri scoring the winning goal because a player like him
Gets a bit of a
deserves
limelight,
bit of the
yeah.
flowers.
He's a proper
Yeah.
player, isn't he?
I didn't. I know a couple of years ago, I used to think he used to get run over against like aggressive midfielders. I used to think he'd get lost, but he's really improved in the last 2 years. He's easily the best holding mid in the world
Yeah, he is.
by a
he's the
country
best.
mile.
He is, best in the world by a mile, I think.
Yeah. So I think I'm going to go for Saka as player of the season. I think Arsenal are going to have another good year. He's their talisman, and he's also just got good PR around him, which helps him winning the
He
awards
does
like
have
this.
very good PR.
Yeah. And I think he's also just a quality player, to be fair.
I'm going to go Moussa Diaby.
What is he?
I
Take it
reckon.
seriously.
No, I reckon it's I reckon it's an 18.
No one's gonna be
So,
taking
hang on a
it.
minute. By the way, he's got Watkins scoring
Yeah.
26 goals and not winning player of the
No,
year. If
no,
Watkins scores
no,
26
no.
goals,
And I'll tell you why, because he's going to get about 18, 19 assists, and he's going to get 12 or 13 goals.
What did you are class?
We haven't told him to say this. He is being dead.
No, I am being
he
serious.
speaks to us like this off camera. It's actually terrible.
Put 17/18 assists next to Diaby.
Yeah. So he's going to have like the second or third most assists in a single season of
Yeah.
Prem history in his debut campaign.
Yeah.
Okay.
Why? I know he was good at Leverkusen, but he never hit those numbers in the worst league at Leverkusen.
But he's going to be being managed under one of the best managers in the world, so
Right.
now he's going to bring it out of him.
Let's shut him up, George. Who's your player?
This sounds boring compared to yours. Probably De Bruyne for me.
Well,
'Cause
it's
he's
an
just-
easy point,
I
isn't
think
it?
He's just taking the easy option for the first two.
It's an easy point.
Kane and De
The
Bruyne.
best
Yeah.
player in the league winning the best player.
I could be different, but I don't want to sound stupid, and
Yeah.
I actually think De Bruyne is one.
Like
of the
Well, I
best.
think we both went for KDB last year.
I mean, I'm not being stupid. I'm just talking facts.
We'll see. We'll see if he's
See
talking
what
facts, shall we?
happens,
In,
we'll know in 9 months' time.
Yeah, I cannot wait.
This should be very fun.
Right, so we're on to another team. We
Yeah.
are halfway through our teams. The next team is Crystal Palace.
Oh,
An interesting one. I think
I
they'll
think
be
they're gonna
alright,
be-
but I think
They
they'll
haven't
be
replaced
down
Zaha.
there.
I think they're basically going to be West Ham.
They're gonna lose at least probably.
yeah.
And
See,
also Hodgson
if,
ain't going to last the season.
if they lose the lease,
As in, like, he's going to lose his job.
well, yeah, no,
Yeah.
and also because
Not that.
like, wow. I see with obviously what's going on with Vincent Guaita,
Who?
the goalkeeper.
Goalkeeper.
He's crap anyway.
He's refusing to play.
He's
He's
refusing.
Who is their other keeper?
Who do you
Sam
think he is?
Johnston.
Sam Johnson. Guy is like one of the worst. He's probably
Who do
worse
you
than
think
Kepa.
he is?
I
Maguire's
I think he. I think
Maguire's
he's.
rubbish.
I,
He's lucky to be in.
He's like 38, but
I think
I
he's
like-
awful.
I think he does. He does really well for
Refusing to
Palace
play. Why?
because
I
they're
think
paying
he's-
Sam Johnson over him.
Well, yeah, as I would as well,
I
because
think
he's
he's
crap.
probably. Yeah, I agree.
I mean,
with you.
I reckon they could be in and around the the Forest, Bournemouth, Luton category.
They could be, but I don't think.
No. But I mean, I don't think I said that last year. But I reckon without Zaha, and without Elise, they don't actually have a natural number.
Well,
9.
Elise's
They've got
still
that
there.
Franca, haven't they?
Yeah, but I reckon he.
Oh,
might
that
go.
is a good point as well. I mean, this is the first season in the Prem they haven't got Zaha, right? Apart from the first
when he
season
went to
they
Man
come up.
United. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd put them in between Brentford and Burnley, to be honest.
Wow.
That high?
That high?
What, do you think Elise is definitely leaving?
Yeah, he's got a £35 million release clause.
But he's injured till October. I know he's not going to pass a medical with that.
Yeah,
no,
but then even so, without Zaha, that just loses 15. That loses near enough 18 goals.
I think they're like 15th.
Yeah, I reckon in between Luton and Forest.
I'd say maybe above.
I'd put him bump
higher than Luton.
What, in between Luton and Bournemouth?
I think they're better than Bournemouth.
Yeah,
Bournemouth, West Ham.
Yeah.
I think a bit lower, but yeah.
I reckon there.
You lot are just overrating Bournemouth compared to me. That's the issue.
West Ham and Palace will be next to each other in the
basically.
Yeah, I'd agree.
Definitely.
What, so 17th and 18th?
Well, in your
They've
prediction,
they've just signed this really promising Brazilian lad for like
That
30
Franca
million.
guy, yeah.
Can
So,
I do a table at the end, by the way? Like,
Oh, we let
If
Boyd
you
do
must,
his-
only if you
we always
quick.
let Boyd do his day because it's ridiculously different to how
Only
we
if
would
you
have
quick,
it normally.
right.
yeah.
Right.
Next up
is the
Arsenal.
runners up from last year,
Yeah.
Arsenal.
I think they're going to be runners up again.
No.
I don't see any reason why they're not going to be. They haven't lost
Why won't they
anyone.
be
They-
runners up again?
Fall off. Big
No.
fall off.
I don't think they will.
I don't think
I
so.
reckon just above Chelsea.
I think the only way that they're going to have a fall off is if I looked at them last season and thought they're having a fluky good run. They were easily the second best team in the league. They were the best team in the league until January, like 100% of
probably
fact.
until March.
Probably until March, they were easily the best team in the league.
Yeah, until they played City.
And
at
then
home.
they sort of dropped off because City are a monster, and they've shown me no reasons that it was a fluke last year. So I think they can just
and
do it
they've
again.
improved. They've got
better players. Yeah, they haven't lost anyone.
I'm saying
Havertz,
second
but-
again, yeah.
Yeah, I think they're going to be second again.
I reckon 6th or 7th.
Jesus.
I reckon a big fall off.
There's
I
obviously no
reckon
way.
just above
Do
Chelsea.
you reckon Tottenham will finish above them?
No.
We'll get, I think I know one team who thinks finished above them.
I know about 6 or 7 teams going to finish.
Yeah, but,
No, they're
but
they're
seriously,
clearly the
why
second best
do
team
you
in the
think
league,
they're going to
boys.
fall off? other than
I
just
just
a
think,
hunch?
obviously,
Other than a hunch.
last year they had, like, they weren't in the Champions League. They're going to have to play their strongest team Tuesday, Saturday.
But they've improved since Rice is better than Xhaka.
Yeah.
And also
But
sometimes,
Xhaka's
and also
gone.
playing in the Champions League,
Yeah,
they're going to be winning games in the
So
Champions
then that's
League and getting more
basically-
confidence.
So they basically just got a better Xhaka because Xhaka's gone. So they haven't got that replacement to play, you know.
They've got that.
So you mean they've got 6 extra games till February?
Yeah, no, but it's just the added pressure. When Arsenal get one tiny bit of pressure, they fade. They bottled it. They were
But they
good,
don't have pressure
but
this
they
year.
bottled it.
I
I
think
think they've upgraded the keeper. I think Raya's probably better than Rat. Would you agree?
Oh,
No, I think Ramsey's
no,
better.
that is.
I think they're similar.
I don't like short keepers. Ray's the same height as Kepa. I just don't like short keepers.
I
You
think
just don't like Spanish goalkeepers, I think.
Probably not. No.
I think with Arsenal they'll do exactly the same as last season. Start well. I think they'll be in a title fight until
And then they'll sort of fall
April,
off. Yeah.
and then their soft underbelly, as a lot of people like to say,
Yeah.
will come out. And I think just end of season mentally, I think again they'll just fall away. And
Yeah.
I think
an
second.
80 point second.
Can I also say, I reckon the league this season is going to be split into 3. I reckon Man City are going to just run away with it, like, ridiculously. I reckon 2nd to 8th.
I don't think they'll run away with it. I think it'll be similar to last
I
season.
reckon 2nd to 8th will be ridiculously close. And then 9th to 13th will be their own league. And then the rest, just go, I reckon there's going to be a big relegation battle this year.
That's
You said
four leagues,
four.
Well, no, but Man City aren't. They're in their own league.
Whatever.
Yeah.
That's the same as every league season ever. Then.
Well, no, but like.
So you have the top. You have European chasers, mid
Well, no, but
Mid-table
Don't
and
do
relegation.
anything,
No, I get what you-
that
what
is
you're getting at.
that is cutting edge.
Well, no, but like.
Cutting edge.
You only get this right
No,
here.
no, but I seriously reckon.
Don't shoot the messenger, but
I reckon like a serious big gap between each of them. Not
Yeah.
like
What's your serious big gap?
like so. I reckon 2nd to 8th will be about 4 points, 3 or 4 points. I reckon that them 3 in the middle are relevant. I reckon
At what
from about.
point is this in the season? That
I
this
reckon from
big
about.
gap will
I reckon from
occur?
about November. No, I reckon it will be
It's a bit too early for a
November, December. it will start
November?
to-
How many points?
I don't know.
Just give me. Surely you know. You've obviously
Well, no,
thought
but
this out
I've
logically.
just got it in my head what's going to happen. I'm not.
Right, okay.
I'm
Right, he's
not-
Hunch boy.
No,
Right,
I'm
let's
not
move
going
on.
to go game
Move
week.
on,
I want to
move
go
on.
game week 17. There's going to be a 4 point gap appearing.
move on from Hunch boy.
Right, we've got
Liverpool.
Liverpool now, which I think they'll improve.
Yeah.
the Liverpool.
I think they need a DM like Chelsea.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, Sunday is literally just going to be
Yeah.
no
It's just
GM
gonna be a bunch
versus
of
No,
road
no,
games.
defensive five.
Yeah.
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 Even though Fabinho, I think, had a poor season last year,
He was just there.
It's still important, but yeah.
And when Henderson played, he was there.
How is Lavia 19 still?
Yeah.
But
Liverpool
but
don't
I
get
don't-
50.
I don't mind that
I
because
think he's quality.
yeah,
I think-
at the end of the day, he started like 38 games. I know he got relegated, but he was easily one of their best players. Like,
And yeah, he is like.
I think the reason they got relegated was basically the keeper just wasn't up to scratch and they don't score goals. That was it. And Nathan Jones is a weird don.
Well, they're
Yeah.
chairs.
So even though he's 19, he still had a whole season of starting every single week in the Prem. I think he might as well be ready. I think the manager like Klopp is perfect for him as well.
Third
I think-
for me, third.
I reckon
Klopp,
6th.
Klopp is
Third.
the reason they're finishing third.
I reckon 6th. 5th or
Third.
Their
6th.
attack's ridiculous, isn't it?
Yeah.
If you look at it, especially with McAllister now as well.
Yeah, their
and
attack
that,
And that's
Hungarian,
Sloboslai.
yeah, I can't
He's
say
going to
that.
score like 7 long shots.
I reckon 5th or 6th.
No, come on, mate. They're third. So
I
I
reckon
think
Third.
5th or 6th.
They're third.
agreement there in third, mate.
Yeah.
So. Two else ago.
Oh, here we are.
Right, here we are. This will take up the next half an hour of
No,
this
no,
video.
because all I know, I'm just going to say where we're
Right,
finishing.
we're going to let Boyd start with this.
Yeah.
We moved on to Aston Villa. Boyd,
We're coming
Show's
third.
yours.
We're coming third.
third.
We're coming third. We are coming third.
He's promoted him since the car.
Yeah, in the car it was 4th.
Well, no. I said top four. Top 4. We're coming third.
They're coming third.
We're coming
so
third.
why are you better than Liverpool now?
Well, because we've got.
Sorry, Arsenal aren't finishing second. So who are you finishing below?
Wait, so Man City are first, you're third, who's second?
Because you get Arsenal finishing sixth.
Yeah, they haven't
So
been
who's
said
second?
yet. They haven't said yet.
Okay.
I don't want to ruin the video.
Well, I don't think I know
Right,
who
whatever.
might be, but
Okay.
you think you're going to be the third best team in the
So
league?
you're going to be better than Liverpool,
Well, not being
Arsenal.
funny. We were when Unai come in. Since Unai come in, we were the second best team in the league.
Oh yeah,
Facts.
but you
Facts.
can't.
And that was by
that's
26.
like-
That was 26 games, and we
yeah,
had a game
it's
in
like
hand
half
as
a
well.
season. You got a whole season. There will be a times
That's
where
also
you
not
won't be
true.
playing
I'm pretty
well.
sure
Yeah,
you're like
You're not going to
fourth.
be.
Wait,
To finish third, you've got to be playing at the top.
Yeah.
On the top.
But also-
for the whole season. I can tell you, Boyd, we were third in December. Not
Yeah,
last
but you're
season,
West
season
Ham.
before.
You're West Ham with David Moyes. We're Aston Villa of Unai
Yeah,
Emery. We have better players than you. A lot better.
You
players
also
than
weren't
a lot
second best team in the
better,
league.
but-
That's just a complete lie. You were like 4th or 5th. I
No.
think basically you were better than Newcastle in the last like 20 games.
No.
That was it.
When we were third, and we were definitely the third best team in the league at that time, but we just couldn't keep
But,
up with it. So
yeah.
we fell off, and we ended up finishing seventh.
But my point is, you don't have the players to sustain that. We do.
Do you?
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. We've got the best goalkeeper in the world. We've got 2 really good centre backs at European quality. We've got one of the best DMs in the world. And I boo Kamara. I know.
He's played like 5 games.
Yeah.
Now listen, you have
McGinn, you got John McGinn as your
Listen,
like starting
I like-
cam.
Yeah,
You got-
listen,
he's your
I
creative.
like
He's,
Emery,
he's
and
not
I
a
like
right
their squad.
midfielder.
I like Emery and I like their squad, which is why I think they're going to be.
And we actually have a squad now. We
I
have a
think they're
squad.
going to be just the same as how they were last season, 5th or 6th. I think he's
They
just
went
a
fifth or sixth
perfect
last season. I think they're seventh or eighth
Are
again.
they 7th?
Yeah,
Yeah.
7.
No,
I
right.
think you'll finish 7th again.
Yeah,
I
seventh
reckon
again.
3rd.
Because you've got the conference to try and win. You should win it.
Yeah,
Well,
and also,
sorry.
my point with this is European. So Brighton are in Europa League. They're in a harder competition. They're going to play their first team. We can play our reserves in that Conference League and still win it.
So that proves you'll finish above Brighton.
Yeah.
It doesn't prove that you'll finish above Liverpool and United.
So why will Arsenal suddenly have a really big drop off with European football?
Well, we got better
And
manager
it is
than
proven
Arsenal.
that Thursday, Sunday is much harder. Than
We've
Tuesday,
got a better
Wednesday,
manager than
Saturday.
Arsenal.
You know that better manager, when he won the Europa League with Villarreal, finished like 9th in the league.
Yeah,
Like,
but,
that's
yeah,
the only
but
reason
we
they were
have
in
we
the
have
football.
we have a better team than that Villarreal side. Our team now is better than that Villarreal side.
Yeah, I'd probably say it is.
Yeah.
We've
But
got a good team.
But
yeah.
that was also
We've
in
got
La
a
Liga.
we've got a
Bearing in
great
mind they had
squad.
to beat like Osasuna to get.
We have a great squad. Last season we had a good team. Now we've got a great
I
squad.
think they're going 7th. I think they're above Brighton, probably below
I
us.
say seventh or eighth. I actually don't think.
I'll say
they
3rd
can
or 4th.
I think-
Alright, I'll say 4th to be generous, but it's 3rd or 4th.
So I think about maybe above Brighton, below Chelsea.
I might say 6th because I think you'll finish above Newcastle and Tottenham.
Okay. Well, yeah.
Tottenham aren't even in.
Tottenham aren't even
Tottenham
in.
aren't
Yeah,
even.
Tottenham and-
I don't think you finish by Newcastle.
I think about there.
That's fair, isn't
At
it?
the end of the day, we're just giving them the flowers. Like Brighton are a great. I mean,
Very
Brighton
true,
finished
yeah.
above you last season.
Brighton were a better team than you last
Yeah.
season.
We're going to finish above most of. We're going to finish above all these teams that are already on this list.
Well, yeah, that's why you put there. Well, apart from
No.
yeah, whatever.
Above
mate.
Arsenal, Liverpool as well.
Right, this will be a quick one.
Sheffield United.
Bottom.
Bottom.
Sounds next team.
Wow, yeah.
We did that with
Did
Fulham
we even-
last year.
Fulham, yeah, we just
Yeah.
well, Fulham was just annoying me because they kept going up, down, up, down. And then
This
they've
is
finally
crazy.
had two seasons in a row where they've stayed in the division. That's
So,
it.
so their 4 best players last season, 2 were on loan from Man City, Doyle and McAtee.
McAtee, yeah, whatever you say.
And then obviously Ndai and Berg have just left. So I have no hope for Sheffield.
No, neither do I.
I can't see where they're finishing.
And they replaced Berger with loser, and it's not even the loser that we all know. It's someone from the Belgium.
I think I've seen some people say they've literally come up to recoup Prem money and go down because they're like financially not in a great spot.
He's trying to sell, isn't he, the owner?
Yeah, I think they'll definitely go down. I think there's never been a more certain. I wouldn't say the Derby points tallies in.
Yes, that is in jeopardy with Sheffield United. It's in jeopardy with Wolves as well.
I think there are a lot of bad teams in the league that they probably will.
Yeah,
if they get 20 points, I'll be.
They'll probably get 6 points off the mighty Aston Villa.
The young player of the season, and I think we've got 5 teams left.
Young player of the season, Boyd.
Jacob Ramsey.
Is he young? Is he like 20?
He's 21.
We're doing 21 under, aren't we?
So 21 right now, basically. Yeah, 21 and under right now.
I'm trying to think of young players.
Cameron Archer.
I think all of us.
Cameron Archer. He's just thinking of Cameron Archer. That's all.
He's the only player I can think
Timber, I don't know.
I don't know.
He won't even start for Arsenal, I think.
I liked him the other day. I'm going to go for someone like...
Timber's 22.
Oh, it doesn't count then.
Yeah.
Well, for us, anyway.
How old is that Hoyland? I know he's not going to get it, but...
He's
21.
Mudrick's 22, I was going to say. Damn it.
What about that Santos guy?
Hoyland's 20. You can say him if you want to.
All of his 8 goal
I think
contributions.
he'll flop. Did he score 9 for Atalanta? And now
I reckon it'll be 10 million a goal contribution this season.
he scored 9 in Serie A.
I don't even know who's 21 and under now.
Yeah. Do you know what? Just
Ben
to annoy
Johnson.
him. To annoy him, I'll go for Chuck Mecca.
Chukwuemeka.
I'll go for Chukwuemeka.
I saw he played in the 10 the other day.
Yeah, well, he's gonna have to because we got no we got no Nkunku now.
We got the Liverpool.
Tell you what, Jacob Ramsey, Chukwuemeka and Cameron Archer, that was what I thought our front three was going to be for years.
Is that who you're going for?
I've got to go with Archer.
Cameron.
Just because he gave me one of the funnest seasons ever watching Borough, which isn't hard, but...
Right, I'm going to be biased now and pick a West Ham player. Is there any...
If you can name me a West Ham under 21 player.
Divin Mubama.
He's a good player, him.
Yeah.
I've seen him a few times.
He sounds like the sort of guy I make on pro clubs.
What? And Chukwuemeka isn't?
I didn't say Chukwuemeka.
Chukwuemeka's a baller.
I think
You did a couple of years ago.
And Ciso for Brighton's going to have a good season.
Is he under 21?
I think he's like 19.
Yeah.
Oh, then Ciso's my one then.
No, but I don't think he's going to play as much.
But I'll say Archer just because...
What about Evan Ferguson?
And Ciso's 19.
Yeah.
Wow.
What about Evan Ferguson?
Nah, I think Ferguson's going to get rotated.
João Pedro? How old is he? He's under 21.
He's over 21.
Nah, he's also not going to win it anyway.
Right. So we're moving on
Last 5 teams.
to Man United.
Second. They're my team that are
I think it's
second.
the easiest fourth.
Fourth, yeah.
For me, 4th, yeah.
Yeah.
Because they're not better than Liverpool
Or Arsenal.
or Arsenal.
They're my team that are second.
And why are they better than Liverpool and Arsenal?
I just think. They start.
He
just Man United. No. Man United are starting to
There we
build. Man United are starting to build something decent. They're getting rid of
What?
the
And
dead
Arsenal
wood.
and Liverpool aren't?
I just don't rate Arteta. I really don't.
I think
Okay.
Arteta's a bit overrated.
He is.
But
He's
they're
top
still the
manager.
second.
He's a great manager, yeah. I
Is
think
he-
he's easily top
is-
3 managers in the Prem.
That is bold.
He's backed it up.
Has
If
he?
he
He's
wins
backed up
some in
2
this
seasons,
season...
Has he?
Yeah.
Who's scoring all these goals for Man United? That is going to be.
I reckon Rashford.
Imagine he gets injured.
Mm.
They're done, aren't they? Really? Not done, but they'll finish 4th.
Yeah.
I
I think
think-
Casemiro's getting to
I
that
see,
age
yeah.
as well. Casemiro's getting to that age now where he's not going to be good.
Yeah, but they're going to
There's
sign the
some year
Amrabat.
off there, I think.
I reckon Man United will sign the Amrabat,
Right.
and then he's another. He's a younger Casemiro.
I don't think he's not a game changer.
No, it doesn't
He's
improve,
not
but it's a
Boyd.
squad.
I watched him in the final.
He's not a game changer.
He's
He
not
was
his
tidy
best.
in the final. He was really tidy, but he wasn't.
He's all right.
He's not a game changer. He's
Didn't even
26
notice him in that
as well.
final.
Yeah, but for a holding mid,
Nah, they're 4th. They should put them
I
fourth.
reckon second.
3rd at best, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean you could sort them and Liverpool around, but I I think they're fourth.
Yeah.
Right, next we've got Spurs.
Just above Brentford, below Brighton.
I think at the end of the season,
Yeah.
I was thinking they could finish like 15th, but I think I like the signing that they've made.
It all depends on
Ange
it.
Postecoglou.
It all
Are we
depends
saying
if
Kane's
Kane.
gone?
Yeah, I'm saying Kane's going. So I reckon
I think Kane
in
will stay.
between Burnley
You will want it.
and Brentford.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would agree.
I reckon in between Burnley and Brentford because I reckon Kane's going. That's why.
I think if they stay, they're finishing above Brentford, which
Yeah.
isn't that much of a difference.
Yeah.
So you might as well just. Put
I'm
them
gonna agree with Dan actually.
Yeah, I would have put them there.
I don't think it's that
I can't
much
see
of
him
a massive
leaving.
difference.
Yeah, actually, you got to think about it. So for the 6 months that Ivan Toney's not there, that could be the difference that just keeps Spurs above
exactly.
them.
Right, next is Newcastle.
Again, I think they'll have a good season. I like the signings.
I think we are going to finish above them.
They'll drop off, I think, as a
Yeah.
Champions League. They'll be.
I don't think it's not going to be a crazy drop off, but I just think it's going to be.
Yeah,
Just
as Newcastle,
places.
at what point do you stop building this like slow build and buying? Because I like the signings of Barnes and Livramento, but they're not Champions League signings.
No.
Tonali probably is a Champions League signing, so there's one there. But when you start thinking we've got all this cash, because they've done so well, they can think, we can just carry on slow build.
Yeah.
But if they have a big drop off, suddenly next summer you'll see them splashing
Yeah.
100 million. on
See now,
players.
I think
You
with
just got to
this,
hope Isak stays fit as well.
Yeah,
because Callum Wilson definitely
they're a
won't.
better team than
Yeah.
Aston Villa.
No, see, I reckon that with this we at least put Villa above Chelsea and then Newcastle below Chelsea. 'Cause that's what at least that can be
But
agreeable.
Newcastle are better than you.
I don't think they will be next year.
I think they are.
I
I think
they will
Villa
be.
have a better
Again,
manager, but I'd take a lot more Newcastle players than Villa players.
Yeah, but as
I
a
don't know, actually. I
as a
think
squad,
they
we have a
play-
better
The band's
squad.
pretty equal. I
We,
personally
we
think
have we have a better squad. Yeah, so I reckon so. Goalkeeper wise,
Newcastle
yes.
will be around 6.
Left
7,
back,
I
yes.
squad. Martinez and who?
No, all right. Robin Olsen, that's fine. Yeah, they can have the backup kit. Who's the backup
Yeah,
keeper?
but who cares about backup keepers?
That's what I mean. Left back, yes, that's us.
I think they're in the market for a left
Their
back.
backup keepers carry us, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
Oh my god.
Or Carl
I don't know,
Darley.
yeah.
Carl Darley.
He's left now, but
Centre backs, that's arguably ours as well.
Botman's good, isn't he?
Yeah.
Botman, and I like Shah as well.
Pau Torres,
I think
Carlos.
below Chelsea, above Villa.
Torres didn't play in the Prem.
I don't. At the end of the day, I think the Chelsea to Villa bracket is going to literally be like 3 points.
I think
So I don't
below
even
both
think
of
it's
them,
I
but
think
that's
below
probably
Chelsea, but above Villa.
close.
Yeah, about there.
Yeah,
I'll do.
put them there.
This is an outrage.
And then
Right,
we've got
another
This
team
is
that I think will be
outrage.
down there is
Everton.
Everton.
See, in my head they're staying up just because my bottom three, I'm so sure it's West Ham, Wolves, Sheffield United. I reckon I put them
It's not
17th.
West Ham.
I put Everton 17th.
I think Everton will be fine because Sean Dyche.
He's one
and
manager.
They'll,
Yeah.
they'll play just. They won't be attractive.
I can't believe we got Luton this high. Actually, no, because I think Forest are bad. I think I put Everton above Luton.
Yeah, I'll go below Bournemouth though.
But I'd also in my head I've got Bournemouth relegated
Do you reckon
below
above-
Forest
do you
anyway.
reckon below Bournemouth? They'll be
Yeah, I think Bournemouth are a better team, and I think
In my
I
head,
think
Bournemouth are
what keeps
18th
Everton
anyway.
above the bottom four is that
the manager
and
and like them at their
they
back
just pick
four.
up points. Like
Yeah.
they're at home, they'll be good.
They'll shit out
They'll
1-0.
probably get fluke results away, and I think
and they'll put a few pyros in their stadium in April, and that'll keep them up when they win 1-0 against a big team.
pitching
Yeah.
bid when
Yeah.
they stay up.
Yeah.
Really
and
embarrassing.
then we have.
The
I think we can all
easiest pick.
agree on the
Well, I
easiest
mean, yeah,
pick. They're
yeah.
doing 4 in a row, which is the first time ever in the Premier League.
Yep.
And
Man
the league's
City.
turning into Bundesliga.
I think it
There
is.
you go.
It is, isn't it?
So now, are we happy with everything? So Man
No.
City first, Arsenal second.
No.
Well, we know you on, but you could do yours after. Let's let the big boys sort this
Yeah.
out. Man City, Arsenal, Liverpool,
Man
Man United,
United,
Chelsea, Newcastle, Villa. Okay, I think that's about right.
Yeah.
Brighton, Spurs, Brentford. I also think that's about right.
Yeah.
I think Burnley, Fulham, West Ham. I think Fulham are probably better than Burnley, but I don't think it's a major difference.
I think Burnley.
I think
Burnley are better than Fulham.
I think Burnley are better.
They're not
They're
better than
high.
Fulham, but I think they
No,
will be better.
they
than
will
Fulham.
be this season, I
Yeah.
reckon. Just
Okay,
because
They'll
fine.
have a very good
Mitrovic
season.
will
Yeah.
go, I reckon.
West Ham, Palace, Bournemouth. Again, Bournemouth are way too high in my eyes, but West Ham, Palace, Bournemouth, Everton, Luton, Forest, Wolves, Sheffield United. I don't think that's a bad team. I mean, I would swap Bournemouth. Well, I wouldn't swap anyway. I'd drop Bournemouth below Forest. That's the only change I would make.
I think I've always been set on this bottom three. I think
Yeah.
Sheffield United, Wolves, and Forest will be the bottom three. I think you got Luton, Bournemouth, Fulham, Burnley, Brentford, Brighton are all small clubs, but they're
You didn't put West Ham in that
exceptionally run. And then you've got teams like Everton, West Ham, Palace.
bracket. You saying you're well run?
No, I'm putting us in the Everton, Palace, West Ham bracket.
I don't think you get Europe 3
I
years
think
in
we're
a
just
row
a bit
being
too
badly,
good to
right?
go down. Yeah.
The only two I'd change there is Luton and Forest, swap them, and Everton and Bournemouth, which is minimal, but I'm fine with that.
I mean, that will probably be a space of about 3 points
yeah,
anyway.
I'm fine with that. That's fine.
It's going to
I
come
think
down
Forest
to the
will
last
just
two
go
games.
down.
It's
I
going to be
think
the last two
Sheffield
games.
United
anyway.
Wolves. I think it won't be tight like last season where you had two teams on the final day potentially staying up. I think Wednesday, I think Sheffield United will be gone.
Yeah. So
Early, and
those
Wolves will go as
two
well.
will be gone early, and I reckon there's going to be about. I reckon there'll be about 4 or 5 teams in a relegation battle going to the last couple of games.
Bournemouth downwards is relegation battle, I reckon.
Yeah.
From Palace above.
I reckon
West Ham
then
downwards.
West Ham downwards is a relegation battle.
Yeah.
possibly.
Or actually, I think maybe Fulham downwards. I think Fulham will be.
They'll have enough.
I think
Yeah, no, I'm not saying they're going to go down, but I think they might, for bits of the season there will be a down there. I think.
And also with Fulham, when I thought Marcus Silva was going, I would have put Fulham like anywhere around here.
Good manager, he needs to be.
But
Yeah.
especially when I thought Mitrovic going as well.
Yeah.
But because Marcus Silva stays, I think he's a better manager than any of these managers here.
Mhm.
So that's what just puts him at the top of them.
So we're happy with that. So
Well,
go on then, Boyd. What is your
We'll just
table?
we'll just put our table on the screen now
Yeah,
for
we'll
everyone
put
to
that there.
see.
And then
Leave
put
up
mine
there for a
next to
bit.
it as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then
Right.
Boyd's just going to make his.
Whoa! We need to. I don't actually remember that yet.
Oh,
Don't change them just yet.
okay.
Well, you need to take a photo of it.
Yeah. Just to make sure we've got it.
Yeah, so while Boyd makes his, why don't we talk about our FA Cup
FA Cup and Carabao.
and Carabao Cup? You get on, you can say
Right.
yours.
I'm going to go Chelsea for an FA Cup. Why not? Why not? We've lost 3 finals in a row before this year. Let's finally actually get one. We haven't won one in 5 years. It'll be 6 years by the time the final comes around.
Yeah,
Let's go for it.
I think that certain team will win the quadruple, so I'm going to go Man City.
So again, that's your Carabao pick as well.
I
then.
think, yeah,
Yeah.
give me that as my Carabao pick.
Right. Georgie, do you think is going to win FA Cup and Carabao?
I think FA Cup Man City,
Yeah.
and I think Carabao. I think Man United might win it again. To be honest.
Right. Yeah, it probably makes sense. I'd probably put Liverpool as Carabao.
Yeah, I like that shout as well.
Do they take it serious, the Carabao? Or do
No, they
just
don't.
make it-
I mean, when
They
they're
did the cup
they're not
double
when they're not
last
going to be in a
season,
title
season,
race,
yeah.
so I think they probably will take it seriously.
Anyone can win it really out of the top.
Boyd, then are you putting Villa in both FA Cup and Carabao?
No, I want to put Man City in the FA Cup, Villa in the Carabao.
You're doing cup double this season.
Yep.
And finishing third.
Yeah. I
So
said
what
this.
front are you not going to be playing well on?
The FA
You're
Cup.
just going to be 100%
Wait,
the whole
no,
season.
no, the FA Cup. We'll lose in the third round to Bournemouth.
I like also, by the way, that he's picked the Carabao Cup.
That's
Is
a
that
statue
only
for every
is that only
cup.
one that's on at the same time as the group stages, and it
Yeah.
has 2 legs in the semi. So that all that fixture congestion isn't going to bother
Right,
him.
this Villa team's going to be knackered.
I wish
Bearing in mind
I
all
was this
their-
positive about
yeah.
my own club.
All their players are
Yeah.
injury prone as well.
Right.
Kamara's injury prone.
I'm happy with that.
So go on then,
No,
Boyd.
I'm
Read
not.
out your table to us, mate.
So Man City first,
Yeah.
Man
Right.
United second,
Right.
Aston Villa third, Liverpool fourth,
Right.
Yeah.
Arsenal fifth,
Yeah.
Newcastle sixth,
Right.
Chelsea seventh, Brighton eighth, Spurs ninth, Burnley 10th.
Burnley 10th.
That's
Brent-
not too bad. Is it?
Brent-
I mean, come on.
We put Burnley 11th.
Did we?
Yeah.
Yes. Jesus,
That might be-
boys.
yeah.
So I
Burnley
put,
good, Burnley
I
good.
put Brentford
Okay.
11th, Fulham 12th, Everton 13th, Luton 14th, Forest 15th, Palace 16th, Bournemouth 17th, West Ham 18th, Wolves 19th, and Sheffield United last.
Where are Luton 14?
No, but by the way, so this is going to be the league tables. So them,
Oh, he's splitting them up like he said he would.
yeah,
Right, so we've got relegation battle,
Them.
mid-table, and European. Crazy.
them. So they're the 3 league tables.
But what? Never.
So he's saying
No, but it's
apparently
like ridiculous amount.
Man City will run away with the league, and then apparently Man U, Villa, Liverpool, Arsenal, Newcastle, Chelsea, and Brighton
I reckon
will all be within how many points?
5,
And then what's the gap to Spurs?
12.
So the 12-point gap between Brighton and Tottenham.
Yep,
And then what's
then?
the gap between Spurs and Fulham?
3,
And then what's the gap between Fulham and Everton?
9.
And then yeah, so
Is everyone going to have... Everyone's
Yeah.
going to
and what's the
Okay,
gap between Man U and
points.
City, by the way?
Well, you're not going to finish 7th with like
I
50
don't know.
points by the
So these two are going to be rock bottom on like.
Oh, so it's
But-
5 now. You've split it into
Well,
five.
no, because they're in that. They're gonna both be in like 13 points each, and then these lot will be separated by about 3 points.
But you think West Ham
Well,
will
this would be fun comparing this and
just go down?
So yeah. So that
We've got Burnley 11th. I think that's
Burnley are
bold.
coming
They are a
10th.
good team.
Vincent Company ball is going to actually be underrated.
I think it's
They'll
bold.
finish like 13th.
I think it's
But
bold.
Do you want to take a picture of my table?
No.
Oh.
No, mate. It's
Well,
alright.
you're gonna have to put it on the screen. So when I get them all correct,
Oh, do I have to?
I'll
Yeah.
do it then.
God's sake.
we got to put.
You don't seriously. You know, like
that was great insight, that point. That
Yeah.
was really... Yeah.
this is cutting edge stuff here. You don't get this anywhere else.
Right. So, just to round this off, we thought since we got a Middlesbrough fan on, let's show some love to Championship. We don't do it enough. We're doing 24 team predictions.
I think we'll do
but
our top 6 and bottom 3.
Let's go for some hot tips. Hot tips for, I mean, easily relegation is QPR, right?
Yeah.
That's my understanding.
QPR.
Yeah.
I'd have Rotherham down there, but I do every season.
How are Rotherham? Wait, are Rotherham in the Championship?
Yeah, they stayed up because of the point deduction
Cardiff,
from the.
Cardiff would have gone.
Cardiff.
Yeah.
Wow,
Rotherham,
alright.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I don't know how they're in this league.
Well, no, it was the guy that Luton signed. What was his name?
Ben.
Oh yeah, so he's the reason Rotherham are still in the
Yeah,
First
Championship.
half of last season, he was good.
Yeah.
Wow, that is.
Chef Wed, I think, might be down there.
They're favourites to go
they
down.
look poor. They have a 9-0 Southampton are good, but they did look poor. Yeah, I'm going to QPR. I like the Rotherham shout because they can't stay up every season. And then there was someone else. I didn't think it was Chef Wed.
I don't know.
There's a few dodgy teams down there. Yeah.
Like Cardiff won't be down there this year because
Better.
they've actually done well.
Yeah, get the teams up. My team's in it, and I can't even think of the
Get the
teams.
teams up.
Champion.
I mean, a whole?
No, because they
will be alright. Like 18.
Birmingham will do well. I'd say
Plymouth?
it.
Are we thinking Plymouth?
No,
Yeah,
Plymouth will do
right.
well.
Plymouth are decent. I think.
Wow, okay.
Yeah.
God. Huddersfield.
Huddersfield, that was it. That's my
Huddersfield
one.
probably
Huddersfield.
did.
Yeah, I'm going to go QPR,
Yeah.
Rotherham, Huddersfield.
Because I can't really think of anyone. Alright, do you know what? My outside shout to sort of do well is Stoke. Wesley's going to bang goals in that championship. He scored last night.
Stoke.
Yeah.
Who do they play?
West Brom. Like, I mean,
Did
Ipswich.
they not play West Brom on the weekend as well?
I don't know.
Rotherham, they beat him about 4.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, West Brom play
I mean,
Blackburn.
I'm looking at it, and it's going to be split into two tables: the top 12 and the bottom
Right,
12.
we're not doing that table. Who's your top 3? Go on,
Oh
let's...
God! I reckon Leicester top. Leicester. God, this is hard.
I think I'll be in agreement that
I
Leeds
think
aren't
so.
going to come back up.
No.
I think they'll get playoffs.
We are in agreement, you mean?
Yeah.
Wait. Yeah.
Yeah,
So then
so-
they're not going to go back up. I don't think they
They'll
get
get
playoffs.
playoffs. Like,
I don't
usually,
think they will get playoffs.
Yeah, I think they're finishing 7th or 8th.
Do you reckon?
Yeah, I think they'll be there.
I
Thereabouts where they
reckon-
fall off.
I reckon Leicester, Southampton, and my team to win the playoffs. Oh God! I don't think you'll get playoffs.
Yeah, it depends who we
I
sign.
I think
Yeah.
the 4 teams in the playoffs will be Stoke, West Brom.
West Brom,
Yeah.
they're horrendous. West Brom, I think, will finish about 12.
Stoke, West Brom, Bristol City, and
Bristol City.
Blackburn.
But
Give me
Yeah.
the phone.
And Bristol City.
alright,
Bristol City.
Stoke, West Brom, Bristol City, Blackburn. So
That-
one of them teams is guaranteed to come
Who's
to the Premier
going up?
League.
Bristol City.
Stoke.
Stoke.
Stoke are back in the Prem.
Right, I'm going to go Southampton to absolutely romp the league.
Yeah.
Nah, Leicester.
I'm going to go Coventry second.
Ooh.
And my playoff teams are Leicester, Millwall.
He wants Millwall back in the Prem. I know he does.
They seem to do all right every year.
They're very good at defence.
To be fair,
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind like a West Brom or a Birmingham back
Leicester,
in the...
It'll be
Millwall,
boring.
Ipswich, and
It's alright for you. You've got London Derby every other week. Wolves aren't a derby for us. They're just...
Stoke. I don't know, yeah. Or no, not Watford. And then out of that, I think it will be Millwall that get promoted.
he really wants
So,
Millwall back.
Southampton,
yeah.
Coventry, and Millwall.
I'm going to
Millwall
go.
will be class in the Prem.
I'm going to
Yeah,
go
yeah.
for Southampton, Leicester to come straight back up, and then I'm going to go for Norwich in the playoff because they haven't ruined my life for a few years, so they're bound to come up.
That is so boring. If that's
What,
three
we're a
teams.
front two of
That's exactly what
Ashley
I mean.
Barnes and Josh Sargent.
It's so boring. It's so
savage.
boring that Norwich haven't come up in the last few years, wasted everyone's time and gone straight back down. That they're bound to get promoted.
Have you
this
seen who
season.
their manager is?
Who have they got? I don't know anything about Norwich. I just know them as a club.
Wagner?
As a club, they just come up
Yeah,
and waste my
they've
time.
got the old Huddersfield manager, David Wagner. And have you seen who Leeds' manager is? I didn't realise it was Daniel Farke.
Yeah.
They are definitely not going back up.
Well, I don't know. Daniel Farke's a good championship manager. He's just a waste of time.
And now we've got our championship expertise,
Yeah,
George.
he should be an expert.
He'll be the one that gets it wrong.
I think that's probably what's going against you is that you think too much about it because
Probably
championship is much more.
So this is me
unpredictable than the Premier.
just not thinking, right?
Yeah.
So I think Southampton will win it. Leicester second. Their squad's just too good. No order. Coventry, Sunderland, Ipswich.
He's not even saying Borough.
And, depending on who, I'm going to say Borough as well because I can't not back us.
You've got to replace Archer and Ramsey,
So what we're
surely.
doing from today, we've been linked with a few players. Apparently, we're finalising the deals. We're signing this striker from Atalanta. He looks decent.
Zapata.
It's not-
Lookman.
It's not Hoyland.
It's I actually don't know his name, but he scored like
Pasasa.
It might be that. He scored 16 in the Belgian league last season.
Oh,
And we're signing a left back, which we definitely need. But
Yeah,
I-
Jammer replaced Ryan
Yeah.
Giles.
we could easily finish 10th, so I can't really say anything.
The thing, I'll never forget the season we went up. We was 15th, nowhere near playoffs, and we won 10 games in a row, and we come 4th.
Exactly. I thought the championship is so much harder to predict than the
Yeah,
Prem.
it's the best league to watch, the worst league to be in.
Yeah.
I hate
Hands down,
it.
hands
Can't
down.
stand it.
and
So
so George, who's your playoff winner?
Playoff winner. We don't win playoffs, so I'd probably say.
Really? You going to say?
I actually quite like the look of Coventry.
Coventry.
Yeah,
Well, they were
Well,
close. last year,
I did
weren't
see
they?
Gustavo
Close.
Hammer's heavily linked with Sheffield United today.
If they keep him, I think they've got a good chance.
If he goes, then I reckon
Where
they'll.
have they got all this money from? Just selling Girikas?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
so.
They sold him for what, 23 million? Was it?
Yeah, it's
They were only a
good.
penalty away from going up last season as well. So
Yeah, true.
And then the guy who missed it got released 4 days later.
Horrible. that is.
Yeah.
Chelsea.
Fancati Damo.
We've got Coventry on Saturday, so I'll have a better understanding.
The thing is,
Yeah,
is it Ellis or Elias? The Sims. The one that...
Ellis
Ellis Sims, the one that was
Yeah.
at Sunderland, now at Coventry. He's a good striker.
He'll do alright. Yeah.
I see people say it's absolute donkey.
Yeah.
I
watched
Of course,
the whole
he
game,
scored against
actually.
Kepa, of course.
He'll score like 10.
Oh yeah, that's his first Premier League
Yeah,
goal
his
as
only
well.
Premier League goal against Kepa.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Cheers,
Through.
mate.
I think he's alright.
Yeah. Right. I think we probably should wrap this up. We've been
Yeah,
rather
so
long enough,
I don't know if you enjoyed, but just to recap, Boyd's predicting Villa to finish third, win the Carabao Cup,
yeah.
and I suppose win the Conference League
and the
as well.
Conference League.
And-
Have Jacob Ramsey win Young Player of the Year. Diaby gets 18 assists in the league.
And win
wins
Player of the Year.
And win Player of the Year.
Watkins get
And
Golden
Watkins
Boot.
gets 26 goals
And comes second in the Golden Boot
in
behind
the Premier
Haaland.
League.
So this is like Villa. This is going to be Villa's season.
And on that bombshell, boys, I think we should probably call that a day.
All right, Boyd. Where's the outro?